If you absolutely dread the thought of living through another winter, you are not alone. If you can believe it, more than 1 million people flock to Florida during the winter months to escape the cold temperatures, the gray days, just the overall bad weather. Why not join them? And look, not necessarily Florida. I mean, let's face it, Florida isn't for everyone. But really, you could escape to any warm weather place, whether in the US or somewhere abroad. The goal here is to keep the sunshine and the warm temperatures going on an endless loop. To do this, you can be a snowbird. This means that you keep your primary home because, let's face it, that's your comfort zone. It's where all your lifelong friends and family are. But when the weather turns for the worse, you can head to warmer weather. And unlike when you were working and you could only get away for a couple of weeks, you get to set the timeline as for how long you stay in this warm weather place. You could go for a month, you could go for 2 months, you could go for an entire season. Let's talk about the top reasons to be a snowbird in retirement. Of course, the most obvious reason to be a snowbird in retirement is to escape the harsh winters. For many, especially later in life, the thought of shoveling snow, scraping ice off your car windshield, bundling up for freezing temperatures, icy sidewalks and streets are just not worth the aggravation. But even more than that, those endless gray days can get to you. There is such a thing as seasonal depression. It's called seasonal affective disorder, or SAD, and it does affect people who live in colder climates, who don't get to see the sunshine for many months. You may be saying to yourself, SAD, is that really a real thing? Well, here's an article from Johns Hopkins Medicine that says yes, it is in fact a real disorder. And look, I know this may not be saying much, but we just did experience a stretch, a pretty long stretch actually, of days here in Florida where we did not see the sun, which is very unusual for us. And it does actually take a toll after a little while of not seeing the sunshine. You're definitely not as happy. You do feel a little depressed. And I do remember several years ago, my husband and I went back to New Jersey to visit family and friends. We actually did go back during the winter time, which is a bit unusual for us because we usually try to avoid the winter time in the Northeast. So I'm guessing we were probably up there for a funeral or a wedding. I hate to say that that's the only reason that we go back at the winter, but it's pretty accurate. In any case, I remember sitting at a diner and people were coming into the diner and everybody's bundled up. Nobody was smiling. Everybody looked miserable. I can only attribute that obviously to the weather and the endless cloudy gray days. So SAD is probably not something to take too lightly. It's good just to check in with yourself and see how the weather may be affecting your mood. And if it is, then seeking out a warm weather, sunshiny place may not be a bad thing. Being a snowbird in retirement means that you seek out the sunshine and the warmth. And believe it or not, that environment alone can help boost your mood and your mental well-being, keeping your spirits up and your energy levels high. And speaking of keeping your energy levels high, trading a cold climate for a warm climate allows for more physical activity because you're not stuck indoors. More favorable temperatures and sunshine means that you're likely to find yourself outside more often. And this can improve your overall health. Maybe you'll golf or swim or play pickleball or tennis. Maybe getting out onto the water, paddleboarding or kayaking is more your jam. Or maybe it's just as simple as going for walks. And the milder weather can also alleviate certain health conditions, such as arthritis, which can be aggravated by cold and damp environments. And the benefit of this more active lifestyle is that you're likely going to meet like-minded individuals. It can create your own built-in social network around something that you enjoy doing. For instance, you may play pickleball in the morning with a group of people, and you may make arrangements to meet up for lunch or maybe even dinner later on. This makes it easy to develop new friendships. Another reason to be a snowbird in retirement is the ability to explore new areas and cultures. This is the perfect opportunity to experience different regions. Maybe your primary home is in lush upstate New York, but you want to experience the desert. Or your primary home is in the mountains of Colorado, but you want to snowbird along the Atlantic coast. Or if you're really feeling adventurous, maybe you want to snowbird abroad, someplace like Central or South America, or the Caribbean. Whatever you choose, you'll have the ability to savor the local culinary scene, attend festivals, and learn about regional traditions, all while maintaining a sense of home and keeping a familiar base to return to. Snowbirding in retirement also gives you flexibility in your living options. If you are unsure where you'd like to spend your winter months, that's okay. This is the time to test out different spots. Maybe you're torn between a couple of different locations, or maybe you have a handful of places and you just can't decide. Check out sites like Airbnb or VRBO that allow for rentals for an extended period of time, like maybe a month or two. This will allow you to settle in a little bit, get to know the vibe of an area, feel more like a local, rather than just living out of a suitcase in a hotel room. And not only will this give you the opportunity to really get the feel for a place, but also the chance to investigate housing styles and what might work for you. Is a single family home or a condo more appropriate? And not only that, but where exactly in the area do you feel most comfortable? Downtown, the suburbs, maybe something more rural? The point is you have choices, and you have the time to experiment and figure out what place suits you best before you make the commitment and invest. And when you are ready to explore the purchase of a place in your dream location, click on the link in the description below. I have built relationships with agents across the country and even abroad. Fill out the short form, tell me a little bit about yourself, and we'll connect. I'll match you with the right agent who will help you find your home away from home. Living the snowbird lifestyle does have other benefits that you may not have considered. Something like closing up your northern home during the winter months will save you on the high heating cost that comes along with enduring cold weather. You can avoid those high utility bills during winter. I know what you're thinking though. You're thinking there's still costs associated with having a home in a warm weather place. It's true, it's not like you're getting off scot-free. But take for example here in Naples, Florida, where I'm at. Our winter months are very comfortable here, usually 70s and 80s for a high during the day, and 50s and 60s overnight. It's that time of the year when we can actually open up our windows and turn off our air conditioning. So yes, overall, our utility bills during the winter months are much lower. So if you get to avoid the high cost of utilities back at your northern home, and enjoy comfortable temperatures in your winter getaway, there could be some cost savings there. If you're worried about leaving behind everyone that you know and love, don't be. Chances are, highly likely, that family and friends will follow you, even if it's just for a brief visit. And if there's a beach close by, that will entice them to visit even more. And you know that grandchildren coming down to visit you will put a smile on your face. Just don't make them too comfortable or they'll never leave. But when family does come to visit and you get to play host in your warm weather retreat, you will surely create long-lasting memories in a beautiful and relaxing environment. And these will be memories that everyone will cherish forever. Yes, it's true. The snowbird life in retirement allows you to enjoy the best of both worlds. You get to keep your primary home where everything is familiar, everyone knows your name, and you get to call your favorite vacation spot home for longer than 2 weeks. But the snowbird lifestyle is so much more than that. It's a blend of leisure time, a little adventure, and improved well-being. The variety can be refreshing. Just as the weather turns for the worse back at home, you get to escape and enjoy a fulfilling winter season, full of fun, new friends, and as much outdoor time as you choose. This lifestyle gives you the opportunity to spend more time doing the things that you love because the weather isn't holding you back. You can get out more and be more active. You can dine out and try new places. You can attend local events and festivals and feel more a part of the area that you've chosen to snowbird in. You can and will meet like-minded retirees, and you will create a vibrant social network in a snowbird-friendly community. If you're looking to explore more into where your second home should actually be, check out this video here. It should give you some ideas as to where you may want to buy. Hopefully you found this video helpful. Thank you for joining me. I'm Alysia Shivers. Until next time.